Shark Week. Yes. Throwback Tuesday. Let's do a shark movie. Why not, right? And you can't do Jaws because you can't do Jaws justice. You can't cut Jaws short. So, all right, what should we do? What should we do? Pops, you should watch Deep Blue Sea. What was I thinking? Why did I agree? I know most of you are like, well, Deep Blue Sea, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Thomas Jane, Samuel L. Jackson, LL Cool J, right? Ladies love Cool J, right? Michael Rappaport, Stellan Skarsgård. There's some people in this movie. This is not bad, right? It was 1999. The director is Remy Harlan. He had done Cliffhanger, right? So people kind of thought, well, he can do a good movie. It's in there. Like he can make some money. He can do a good job and whatever. The problem I think with this film is that it's just there's just so much CGI before they could do it. They just really couldn't pull off a lot of the effects. And they just have this is one of these box office successes that really walks this fine line down this narrow path of B movie. Like this is not a good movie in the sense of I found the acting flat and some of the scenes are so over the top, but then I'm laughing with it and having fun with it. So I can see why it made, because let me double check the numbers. It was $60 million budget, 164 million at the box office. Hey, it almost tripled. And you factor in back then video DVD sales, things like that. They 3x their money. No wonder there's a franchise, right? And yes, I know Kitty Bear said, hey, listen, you should watch Deep Blue Sea 3. I'm like, oh, hold on. I can barely get through this one. So the premise of this film is some sort of an amalgam of like Jurassic Park, where you have an experimental genetically engineered shark because we're going to, quote, extract brain tissue to fight Alzheimer's disease. And this scientist will do ridiculous and over the top things in erratic ways because of the human guilt they have with people that they've lost or deterioration, that kind of thing. And then you have like Thomas Jane, who has this, like, he plays with this sort of like he has a criminal background, so he'll look the other way, but he's like a Rain Man, dog whisperer. He's like a shark whisperer, though. He can climb on their backs. He can charge right at him at the last second. He can rip that Jaws license plate right out of its mouth. It's this film. I don't understand LL Cool J's character, man. He's supposed to be like the cook who's like a religious dude, and the last doesn't have him cursing like a sailor. So I don't know what is going on. And I will say though, I'm cheering for the shark. I gotta be honest, a lot of the time I'm cheering for the shark. So I'm not the best person to probably want to talk about this movie, but here I am. Let's do it. Hang on here. Let's make sure that we've got everything all set for me to talk about this film. So let me do that. We show that. Okay, it's only fitting that we change this. Yeah, let's change that to this. So stop the cam. There you go. That's appropriate. There we go. That's me. Yep. That's me reacting to most of this movie. There's the random teens on the boat, and the shark out of nowhere attacks the boat. And then he's rescued at the very last second by Thomas Jane's character, who just harpoons it from across the way. It's cut here, right here. Yeah, he just kind of just harpoons it. Then we cut to corporate greed scene with crazy Sam Jackson's character. And it is interesting to see the type of glassware they let this guy wear. He has like interesting eyewear in his resume of film, by the way. He's basically the evil corporatist who's paid all this. She's asking for some sort of last ditch weekend to get what she needs. And then we have the Thomas Jane sequence where he's in the water ripping out the license plate. He hands it to Sam Jack at the last second. And then you just have a whole lot of nonsense of introduction to character. Here's Stellan Skarsgård. And then you have Thomas Jane running around in a tank top, just kind of being the off-putting weird guy. This is Michael Rappaport, who by the way is supposed to be playing a pretty smart dude, someone who's really good at like math and dimensions and all that. And I love Michael Rappaport. I think he's incredibly interesting, talented guy for what he does, and this was not a good role for him. So I'm actually kind of like laughing when these scenes, like, well, how much pressure would there need to be, and what will happen when this happens? So, but see, there are some good shots. Look at how good this is. This is nice. You have good ambiance, good lighting. They change up the feel of things pretty well. They do a really good job of giving you a fun experience. And I remember seeing this in a theater, and I remember having a good time. But I don't have any like illusion that this is a good film. There are some good moments and scenes. I didn't even do the research. What is like location shooting versus CGI studio shooting? I didn't even look. Should I look? Is there even a reason to know? Like, is this do people care enough? Like, it's one of these films where I'm okay. I have a good time, but lest I get carried away, it's not. And maybe this is also just like a trap for um the idea of trying to do a shark movie. Like it's really just it's really kind of a trap because of the Jaws phenomenon, that kind of thing. Um, because it's you're very hindered on what you want to do and accomplish because you kind of have sort of like the ending sort of hanging out there. What are you going to do? How are you going to dance around with where this is going to end? So but I will say this: I did read, though. I did notice while I was reading that Thomas Jane actually does swim with a live shark, and I think that is the last shot of the production or something like that. In case he got hurt, obviously. Um. So all of this, I just kind of play along, and it's all just fine stuff. And they're going along with these different sort of scenes where they have all of this, manufactured tissue. This is what we're doing, and it's like lab talky stuff. But then you have like the shark attacking, which I think is great, and it just rips his arm right off. I love this shot. I actually just kind of see the thing is when you haven't seen a movie for this long, you do get caught a little off guard with scenes like this, where he just leans down, and then just out of nowhere, and there's like it just grabs it. And I gotta be honest, that's not terrible. I don't know what they used there to pull that shot off. That wasn't terrible. I actually like that shot. That's not bad. And they go for a nice Mako design. Of course, these sharks are just ridiculous in their size. Like they're just proportionately way too big to be Mako sharks, right? Because Mako sharks don't get this big, do they? I'm looking that up to make sure. I don't think most Mako sharks are, yeah, like 13 feet, 15 feet. These sharks are ridiculous in this movie. This movie's like got Mako sharks that are just these behemoths of things that could eat whole people like a great white or bigger. And great whites don't ever eat like the whole person whole. They bite people. They, is a seal and they bite it. That's what they do. All right, let's get a little further. So anyway, that starts to be like, oh well, we got something we really can't deal with. And Thomas Jane's character is wanting to do the smart thing and take care of the creature, and she releases it. So again, the Jurassic Park type stupidity. Then you have this sequence where they're literally going to go Jurassic World because we're going to airlift him away. And then what we end up having is the shark grabbing the thing. And it just kind of pulls everything down. And there's crashing, just devastation, explosions, flooding. It's just nuts. It's just so It's just so unhinged and silly. And you just have all of these random conversations about what to do. And I almost feel like they were trying to not keep it simple. So like when you rewatch like Poseidon Adventure, it's pretty simple to understand the general concept of how you're trying to get off the boat. In Deep Blue Sea, they're like, okay, we'll go from okay, we're on this level. We'll go down to the third level, then climb up to the second level. It's like, I actually was like, my brain was kind of like, how absurd should we go? Like, and then we're gonna take a trolley and an escalator over here to this level. Then we're gonna have 3 buckets of water that we'll each have to carry, so we can take a shuttle bus over here to this level. It was like it just becomes so ridiculous and overkill. It actually distracted me from just the fact that we're just having fun in a shark movie. And by the way, Thomas Jane is not ever like he's never knocked my socks off as an actor. This was just like a phone it in type of performance for him back then. LL Cool J's okay. These shark sequences, I don't know, man. Oh yeah, this is the escape from the shark by hiding in the oven. Yeah, he literally crawls inside the oven to survive the shark, and they just have these like random prop things that they've made in these shots. I don't know what the production design was on a film like this, but this was actually so much higher quality than most things we get today. How nice this is. Just a monologuing scene. Let me see. No, not yet. Pretty close though, right? No, wait a minute. Maybe it was. Yeah, I love the fact that Sam Jackson's character is just monologue. It has to be the monologuing scene. It's got to be the scene. So he's basically just doing the Nick Fury, Sam Jackson thing that he does like so perfectly. Just you just love it. Yeah, it's going to go badly. So let's go back and see for ourselves what happens. Is that what's going to happen, Sam? Because I don't think so. It's great. I'm trying to get my head around the effect because that's really funny. It's like step back. It's not like run away. Look at he just steps back or to the side. He doesn't really do anything. And then there's like cut, and then you have like the stunt man who's gonna have the machine thing that grabs him, pulls him backward under the water. Oh, it's so funny. Oh, I had a good time. All right, flooding stuff, and the whole movie is just centered around all of these different moments where these kinds of things happen before another character gets taken out. Um, and just again, let's go underwater to do the lever, to do do this, do that. This is one less character here. Oh yeah, we got to get to this scene. So, so she has this sequence, and she's going to use the electrical cable. So her strategy is to take off her wet dress, stand on it, electrocute the shark. But she's literally standing like right there. Oh, that's the evidence. So when it happens, the evidence goes up. I don't understand why is she her standing on. So I guess it's supposed to be wood and not metal. So that would help some. And there's no mess. But the problem is the water is touching the wall. Anyway, she has a watch on too, by the way. I don't know. I don't know if that would actually work. I'd have to think this through a little bit to figure out what everything is in the set to make sure this would work. But that was her strategy. I'm going to stand on my wet dress against this wall, throw electricity, kill the shark. I'll be okay. And then she just puts her dress back on like nothing ever happened. Yep. And then it's just like and it's just all of the romantic tensions remain. And then at the end, we're going to try to get away. And LL Cool J gets grabbed. Now, he's been called the preacher, and there's all this stuff that's so over the top with his character. And what he manages to do is he takes his cross off, and then he just starts stabbing at it, and ultimately stabs the shark in the eye, and that saves him. Now they don't really have a good sequence of like tying him off so he's not bleeding to death. See the little tiny tourniquet they have? Dude would be like literally like what kind of meat would be hanging off his leg? It's completely insane. But we're not done. We still have more sharks. They're rushing through things. They're doing this. They're grabbing that, and then they got to grab the next person, and that's how we end up cutting. So and the credits are really long. There's like 6 minutes of credits. It's a lot. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. It's Shark Week. Want to watch a shark movie? Don't want to have to pay attention. There's some cursing or whatever, but there's nothing really gratuitous. Even the blood and stuff's not really gratuitous. It's just silly shark violence and chaos that breaks out with just mindless dialogue and dribble. Um, I just, for once, I just want the shark to just go away. Like the shark's like, screw it, I'm done. I've eaten enough humans. I'm gonna go take a nap now. It's kind of what I dream for in like my ultimate shark movie is just to not have like because the parameters are so constrained on what you can and can't do, and you need for there to be some sort of finality. And because of that, what the ending's going to be. You're trying to decide who lives and who doesn't live. That's kind of what the trap is. So it just kind of fits all of that and just becomes like a generic another shark movie. So anyway, that's my thing. Hopefully, you're going to have a great fun Shark Week. Watch some stuff. I'm going to try to do some videos. We'll see how that goes. And thanks for your time. Talk to you soon. I am Pops.